Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got a quick episode for you here. I did not get everything done on the 78 to fire it up. Shocker. I know 5 of you that have been here the whole time are terribly shocked by that. Preview. Oh, next episode in 2 weeks is on that truck. So make sure you're subscribed. Just because you see like it pops up on your phone that CPR Garage has a new episode, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're subscribed. So please do me a favor and go check. And make sure you are. If you aren't, get that way, because we got a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm trying really hard to get episodes out every 2 weeks. Don't forget, swing by the website. CPRgarage.com is where you can get you some CPR Garage merch. On my 09 F-150 two-wheel drive regular cab short bed, we call it the Snowflake for obvious reasons. And I wanted to pose philosophical question to y'all before we get started. We've had this truck for a couple years and we've always called it the Snowflake because it's white, and it's funny because it's when a lot of the snowflake crap was all over the internet, you know, people being snowflakes and whatnot. If we change the color on it, is it still the Snowflake? Or does it need a new name then? I don't know. Anyway, let's get to this. In this episode, we're going to show you how to build your own catback exhaust lightning style for about 150 bucks.
It's down here more.
Is that better?
Yes.
Hi.
It is.
Can you see me? Do I look good?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to use to build our own catback exhaust on the cheap. Because we don't want to pay $400 to $1,000 for a catback system. So, Flowmaster Flow FX muffler, which ironically is a straight through MagnaFlow style muffler, kind of a knockoff of a MagnaFlow. Woohoo! Boom, stainless, straight through, as you can see.
Bubble wrap leaves marks on it.
Single in, dual out, or dual in, single out, whichever way you want to run it. We're going to run it as a single 3-inch inlet, dual 2.5-inch outlet.
Uh-huh.
Because we're doing lightning things, huh?
Uh-huh.
So this is
Except
what I got.
for not the new electric ones.
Right, we all know that. $75 muffler, $15 S-bend here to kick the muffler over a little bit. And then this, can you see this part okay?
It is cold in here. Yeah.
This is a Summit rod builder kit, 2.5-inch. So it's going to have, I believe, 4 each of 45-degree bends.
I can't see your head.
45-degree bends, 90-degree bends, and 180s. I can't remember. But we're actually going to be able to use it for more than one exhaust. So there's the 45s. Here is the 90s. And then for U-bends, which is a 180, obviously. Duh. And then
That's a lot of parts.
4 4-foot sticks of pipe. So
That's a lot of pipe.
this is all stainless, 2.5-inch mandrel bent tubing.
Pipe-relators.
Pipe relators. Plus, we will have leftover bends to use on our other projects that are getting exhaust.
Meaning this one and like every other one.
Stainless tips, because you gotta, and clamps. So, let's do a little figuring and see how this is going to work out, Roni.
Now what are we going to do?
So something roughly like this is going to be our catback. Obviously those will both be even. These are going to have to be tucked just about as tight into the muffler as we can get them. So this will hook on to the factory pipe after the Y pipe after the cats. jog over a little bit for the muffler, and then we'll make up some tailpipes out of some little short pieces and bends, and that'll be it. Probably about 150 bucks worth of parts here to make our own lightning style catback.
Yeah!
Where do lightning pipelators come out at?
The lightning pipelator store.
No. Where do they come out on the truck? They come out in front of the rear tire. That's your juice, isn't it? I just drank your juice. I'm gonna die now. Okay, here is a real cold start on the stock exhaust on the Snowflake 4.6 liter. What is that? Is that chocolate? Anyway, now we're going to show you how to build your own catback for about 150 bucks. Here we go. Okay, there is the stock catback off. Look how huge that muffler is. So I just cut it here, and then here. Don't need that where we're going. I had the bright idea to take it apart at this clamp, thinking we would just reuse it for the new catback, but this is necked down where my other pipe is necked up to slip over 3-inch. So maybe we'll be able to save that clamp and reuse it. Doubtful. We will reuse some hangers, but right now we're gonna fire it up with no muffler and just open cats. Why? Because I'm a child, basically. Let's see how loud it is. It's not really super loud, which kind of gives me hope that doing the lightning style side exit isn't going to be too obnoxious. Hopefully. Tasteful. Hopefully. Tastefully done is what we're going for. Okay, here is the Walker part number before I scrape and grind it off so that I can get a good mark and a good weld on here. She's just tacked for now. And this is the factory donut flange, which is 3-inch. Okay, so finish the Snowflake lightning style catback. Here we go. I would have liked this to have been a little more forward and centered on the bedside right there, but we don't really have a choice because of the suspension right there. So we've got a really good tack on everything. Need to cut this pipe and mount up our hanger. I repurposed the stock front muffler hanger, and it's going to hang right here with a piece of bar that goes down to those two pipes and ties them together. All tacked in the muffler and just kind of held up with a little bit of wire right now. We'll jack up on that muffler just a little bit and get a good tack on the hangers. Pull everything out and final weld it all up. Shoot a little paint on the seams and ready for tips. Somebody order some dimes. get the idea. Okay, there you go. Not perfect. There's a saying in the business that goes, it's good enough for who it's for and what they're paying. So all stainless, obviously, but the MIG wire welds will rust. So I always hit them with some high temp paint, some kind of high temp aluminum colored paint. Still got to do a little cleanup on those tips and a little tweak there. And a final trim and put the tips on. But this dude is ready to go back on the truck for the final time. You just trimmed them for the tips. Here you go. And you can do this too. It's already dirty because I already been running it on the truck, and I just marked up where how far I want the tips to go on to clamp. And yeah, there we go. If you're thinking you can't do that because you can't weld, you can clamp at these joints. Not so much this one, but you could figure out something else there with a some kind of an adapter and a clamp. So you can do this at home too. This was like maybe 150, 170 bucks worth of stuff. And it sounds good. It's not too loud. It's not obnoxious. It sounds good. Because this thing still has the factory cats on it. Where's my clamps? If you're gonna do it with clamps, do it with these guys. Use these. They're called AccuSeal clamps, and they don't crush the pipe. They're made for slip joints like this here, and you need to cut slits in them like so, otherwise they won't grip. The only place I'm using them is for the tips, so that I can get them adjusted just how I like, and so that I can take them off to clean. But yeah, you could have used these. These are like $8 a piece. AccuSeal. Could have used them on all the joints. So let's get that thrown back on there and adjust the tips. I need to weld in a little extension and a little thicker piece onto here. And the pipes, while they're very close, I think they're going to need just a tiny little tweak to get them lined up just right. You'd think it would be obnoxious. You'd think it would be obnoxious, but it's really not. So that's what they look like. Slightly backward slant to them coming out. Okay. There is our stainless tips, repurposed hanger. Here is the muffler. And our little bendy pipe, and that is where it goes to the stock flange and drips water out of there. But it's pretty normal, no leak that I can feel, so good enough. I might let it warm up and give those just another little cinch, but that's how she fits in there. There's your do-it-yourself catback that you can do too. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to fit this. You can see I've lowered the truck with Beltec suspension, so on a stock truck, you probably won't have enough room between the leaf spring and frame like I did, but you could probably go underneath the leaf spring on a stock truck, especially if it's a 4x4. Oh yeah, she sounds good. She looks good. So I also wanted to get some footage driving. I've put quite a few miles on this since I did the exhaust, and I really like it. Like, it's not overbearing at all. You can hear it on the highway, but it doesn't really drone because the tailpipes are real short. But oh, there's also been other stuff done to the truck, but this is all you're going to get for now. I am currently pulling the dash apart and all of the rest of my hair out that was left, because there is a short somewhere in here and it killed the gauges and the radio and the clock and the radio controls and the heater controls. So if you know what that is, leave me a comment, because I'm probably still fighting it. Alrighty then. So more on that, but not yet. I'll have a complete episode about doing the suspension on that truck, which if you want to build a late model-ish sport truck, good stuff. It's got Beltec suspension on it, front and rear. But next week, back on this guy. So I got waylaid this week with a job, I guess, which is working on motorcycles for other people in one way or another. Customers or ones that I'm building to sell. So, and then, yeah, this happened, and I've spent I don't know how many hours trying to find this short circuit. You'll see that in a future episode. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Try to help us out any way you can. Doesn't cost you a penny to subscribe, and just think how happy it'll make me feel to watch that subscriber count go up and up and up. See you on the next one. Thanks.